you a perfectionist? I see it all the time, and I see it as the total enemy of you succeeding, of you progressing, of you making things happen. And I have a little quote here that I think is really, really good. Perfectionism is the voice of the oppressor, the enemy of the people. It will keep you cramped and insane your whole life. That is said so extreme. Anne Lamott said that. And actually, is it extreme? Is it wrong? I don't think so, because I see the women that I see women around me, people. It's not just a woman thing, let me say. But obviously, if you're watching this, you're more likely to be a woman. I see this happening all the time, that women are feeling held back by their need for perfectionism, the need to finish things to an unbelievable level. And I used to be a Lean Six Sigma Master Change Agent. How's that for a job title? But it was all about continuous improvement. And one of the key 8 wastes is over processing. And that's what perfectionism is over processing something to a level that it doesn't need to be at. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to be talking about how to leave your perfectionism at the door, how to lower the stress of that, and to deal with it. I'm Sharkey-Steenson from Generation Women, and I love sharing tools and tips and strategies that are going to help you succeed. So here we go with today's. Perfectionism. I've said it's an oppressor. I've said it's holding you back. Why? Well, it's making you work too hard for too long and do too much. You are producing things that are at a level that are not required. On the flip side of that is then you end up completely undervalued because people don't see or recognize the level of work you put in to produce something, because they don't see it as necessary. And if they see you doing it, they don't value it because they think it's too much. In some extreme cases, they'll think you are actually stupid for working to that level and putting that pressure on yourselves. Yep, I said it. People will think you're stupid in that context. But what I see is women are really married to their job. They can't switch off. They work crazy hours. So they'll do the working day. They'll go home, whether it's going to the gym or if they've got kids, maybe getting dinners ready, doing beds. And then what do? Open the laptop, back to work, and doing way more than is necessary. They struggle to switch off at night, at the weekends, on holidays. They're married to their job. They can't think about anything else or struggle to. It can actually bizarrely lead to procrastination, because when you've to complete something to such a high level, it can be hard to get started because the job just seems so mammoth. It can lead to massive overwhelm, stress, and it holds you back because you're so goddamn busy all the time. It holds you back going for new opportunities, for seeing how you can build your relationships, for doing things that are good career-focused activities. And so I see that people that are perfectionists believe that if you can't do it perfectly, why do it at all? Why even start? And they have this thing that if they see something not being done to the level they want, well, I might as well do it myself. I'll just take over here. I'm only going to have to correct their mistakes anyway. And so they take on other people's work and do things so that it's at that high level. Does that resonate? And so what I want you to recognize is it's actually a stress response. So your perfectionism has come from an overuse of a strength. So your strength is that you can see, you can understand what a great standard of work looks like. You can see what needs to be done to get things to the top level, but you overdo that to a point where it's unnecessary, it's over processed, it's at a level that's actually not needed. It's the best when okay will do. You spend too much time on things, there's too much rework, and so there's all these problems with it. But we justify it by telling ourselves, yeah, well, I don't feel satisfied unless it's done to perfection. I know it's a job well done then. I just don't get that good feeling unless it comes to that. But I've said it is a stress response, and we do need to recognize it as that and work on what's good enough, what is actually needed, what's important. So we'll come back to that in a moment. Well, I want you to recognize what it's doing to you and the impact it's having on other people. So this overwork, overwhelm, unable to let go, like they are recipes for burnout, for stress, for unbelievable pressure, for ill health. And what I see with perfectionists is it leaches into most, if not all, areas of life. So being amazing at work, your home looks amazing, being amazing at cooking, looking fabulous, everything has to be just so, and that's so fucking tiring. It's so tiring, it's so exhausting, and you are gonna make yourself sick. This is what is gonna happen. So I want to help you break that cycle. And so there's that impact on yourself, but also think about your impact on others. Your need for this high level of perfection, of performance, of results, actually hurts your relationship with other people, because you become nitpicky and controlling, and you micromanage, and you frustrate others, and you actually lose their trust, because if you're redoing somebody else's work, they're like, well, she doesn't trust me. Why should I bother? What am I even doing this for? And if you're seeing this at home, and actually this is often the time when people do seek to change, is they notice, excuse me, they notice they're doing it to their kids and they don't like it, and that's when often people do seek help with it. But don't let it get to that stage, or if it already is, it's okay. Help is at hand. So we've seen what it looks like, the impact on you, the impact on others. What the hell do you do about it? Well, the first step in all change is recognizing the problem. So recognizing your triggers, recognizing the stress it's causing, how you're feeling it, and recognizing that it's actually happening and not justifying it, recognizing that this is not a good thing. And so when you can start to see actually that this is hurting me and hurting the people around you, then it will help you change. So it would be helpful to have a think about, when have you gone too far in the last couple of months? What have you over processed? What was unnecessarily perfect? How is this eating into my time? So what are the problems it's causing me? And I think it would be really helpful for you to write down those problems. So is it impacting your sleep? Are you working too many hours? Are you not able to be present with your family? Write down all of the the impacts this is having, and write down on the impact it's having on me and how I feel and my health, the impact it's having on other people around me at home and at work. And this isn't to depress you, it's to help you recognize that this is a problem worth changing. And the other impact that I haven't spoken about is it impacts your confidence, because you're setting yourself an impossible standard to reach, and you never reach that standard, so it makes you feel bad about yourself, and so your self-esteem really suffers. Okay, so we've started to recognize it. We've looked at when's it happening, what impact is it having. What are some of your triggers that cause it? And my guess is it's when you feel, the more stressed you feel, the more of a perfectionist you become. And so that's wherein some of the cure lies, is recognizing that it's a stress response, recognizing that you can change that. So a few things you can do is spot your perfectionist. It's like a judge judging you and saying, this isn't good enough, you have to do more, you have to work harder. Name it, recognize it. Say, hey judge, I don't think I want any more of this. This is my judge talking. It's not the truth. And that's the thing to recognize. It's a liar. Your judge, your perfectionist little mind monkey is lying to you. It's telling you something is not good enough. So catch it, label it, recognize it's lying. And what you can do to help you be able to do that is to do things that help you de-stress, decompress. And so I'm going to give you a little exercise in a moment, but think about, like, have you been forgoing your walks every day, or skipping yoga, or dance, or weightlifting, or football, whatever your thing is? Have you been skipping that? Are you taking time out for you during the day? Are you giving yourself time to replenish, restore, and recalibrate so that you can bring a better you? Because the more tightly wound you are, the more of a perfectionist you're going to be, and the cycle will repeat and get worse and cause you more stress. So you've got to make time for you to de-stress, to relax, and to help yourself focus. And here's a simple thing you can do right now in the moment. And I'm going to walk you through it, and then you can remember this and help yourself snap out to that zone, and I'll give you a follow-up thing to do. So this is a little PQ exercise. I'm a positive intelligence coach, which I use as part of my career and leadership coaching. And positive intelligence is full of lots of great stuff, and so I incorporate it into what I do to help you perform better in your career and as a leader. And so this is a simple little exercise that you can do anywhere. You can close your eyes as you do it, but you can do it with your eyes open too. This is why it's good, and you can use it. So I want you to take your index fingers and bring the fingertips together and just rub them slowly and with such attention. This always makes me want to close my eyes, so I'm going to do that. With such attention that you can feel the ridges of your fingertips. And I just want you to tune in to that sensation. And then if you've got your eyes closed, open your eyes so you can see. I'm bringing my hands together and bringing the fingertips of each hand together. And I'm just going to take the fingertips over one hand and notice all the lumps and bumps and ridges and sensations that are going through those fingertips. So just tune into that. Maybe you might notice the temperature, even changes in temperature. But the main thing is you just focus on that sensation. And another magical thing you can do for yourself is just to focus on your breath. So notice the temperature of the air as it comes in through your nostrils and out through your mouth or through your nostrils, and just notice that. And when you're ready, you can do that for longer, but come back into the room and recognize you've settled yourself. You've really helped yourself get out of that headspace and into a calmer, more productive space. And quite simply, what you're going to do now is calm yourself with that calm, with that focus, with that energy. Have a think about what is actually needing to be done right now. What is good enough here? What is my customer looking for? What is my manager looking for? What is really important to achieve, and what level is that? And when you set yourself that goal and target as being appropriate, then you can feel the success of achieving that instead of achieving the ridiculous level that you might be inclined to go for. And so it's as simple as that. Catch it, call it out, let your judge, your perfectionist, know it's a liar, that this isn't necessary. Recenter, refocus. Okay, so what's actually important to get done here? What does success look like, need to be? What's good enough? Okay, set yourself that goal and target and do it. And if you're struggling to get the level down, then that's a great conversation to have with your manager. I know I have a tendency to deliver, overachieve. Can we have a chat about what's your expectation here? What is good enough? And let's set that target together until you become rehearsed and good at it yourself. And let me tell you, the freedom you are going to feel. Now, it takes practice, it takes a bit of discipline, it takes a little bit of effort, I'm not going to lie, but notice how much energy you feel, how much better you feel. You actually become more confident, more aware, more focused, more able to deliver, you've got more energy. Everything will feel better when you start to let this go. And I don't want you to be a perfectionist about it. Recognize it's a process. We learn and grow with every time we do it and practice it. And before you know it, you will be making huge improvements, and things will feel a hell of a lot better and more in control. So I'm Sharkey-Steenson from Generation Women. If you've loved this tip, subscribe, follow. I'm focused on preparing and delivering more of these videos for you, and I'm also open to suggestions, so I would love to hear from you.